All right, what did we roll up? What did we roll up?
What do you love?
What do you love?
We've really got to
Which is
things.
what do you think about?
All right, Joe, you came up with this one as well. Kurt, I'm gonna let you kick this one off. What do you think about movies based on video game IPs?
Oh, so okay, couple things. By and large, until the scales tip the right way, they're terrible. That being said,
as a general rule,
they are terrible. And the new Mario Brothers movie, notwithstanding, because that was actually pretty damn fun. Yep.
Yeah. You didn't like the 90s one?
Look, no.
Hold on.
And I really like Bob Hoskins, but no.
This is what you really
didn't like that movie.
This is what you're really looking for. I could feel it on you.
Yeah.
Bad daddy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Go back to your 3D printer woes.
I mean, because look, Double Dragon.
I actually
rewatched
it this last year.
Look, when you want to punish your kids, do a double feature, Double Dragon and Street Fighter. You make it, they'll behave. They will behave.
You know what though? There was another one.
The Street Fighter one.
There actually was another one that was good.
What's that?
Gran Turismo.
I haven't seen that one actually.
It came out this past year, 2023, and it was kind of about the game. So it's kind of a cheat.
The kid that the racer, the gamers making racers. Yeah.
So it turned out that the company basically had a contest, and they took the best digital race car racers, brought them to a school, and the one who was the best got to actually learn how to or be in a race. And this
so the last Starfighter, but racing.
Yes, and true.
Yes.
So, and it was really good. Like, it was really good, but it technically wasn't like in the world of the game, So, I mean, because technically you could say Ready Player One had some video game stuff in it, but it really wasn't about the game.
It's more of a book property.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but
the book is way better.
So Joe,
the second one not so much, but the first book was really good.
Yeah, you keep saying that. I will say I enjoyed the Sonic movies that came out recently.
And the memes that come out of the ugly Sonic.
Well, here's what I love about that, though. Is that they listened. I mean, it was the worst thing, and that was going to be the finished product, and the internet went nuts in a good way. Like, no, that's hard. And I mean, so many memes, right? And they went back and changed it, and when they changed it, it is way better.
It is.
Oh yeah,
it did. They did good. They did good on that. There's another one that I like that's a little controversial. Oh, not the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raiders, but the newest one. I cannot remember.
I haven't seen the newer ones yet.
It was based off the new, the updated releases of the games where they rebooted Tomb Raider, and they did some scene for scene shots because I love those games and I've played them. I was okay with the originals, but the reboots were really fantastic for me, and I enjoyed them. And there were some scene for scene shots that they did that really worked. They took it seriously, in my opinion. It was really good. But man, there's another one I thought I'll think of it in a minute. That was a property.
I didn't mind the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies.
I didn't mind it, but it was. I think it falls into.
But they weren't like Double Dragon terrible.
True. Prince of Persia was decent. Random Kid puts out. Prince of Persia. Civilian on Base is a TV show. Last of Us is good. I agree, but I also didn't really play that game very much. So basically, the first episode after that, it got beyond where I'd played in the game. So to me, it was just a TV show. Man, there's another one.
Assassin's Creed.
That was that happened.
I've never played the games.
I didn't see it.
I liked it.
Okay. It's all right.
I mean, if you take it as a movie by itself, it's good. They captured the whole idea of the animus and the traveling and the how they connect, and they did decently with it. It just it was snacks. It was not a meal. There's nothing deep that you can sink your teeth into there. What, Kurt? I saw you have your finger.
Old man top brought up Street Fighter, and I'll throw in Mortal Kombat with that too. They weren't
the original Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
They weren't great. They weren't great.
The
they
new
were hard
Mortal
to watch.
Kombat was much better.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I say much better. I'm not saying it's great.
Yeah.
But it was better.
My kids really like the Angry Birds movies.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, I didn't see them, but I those are basically a cartoon video game anyway, so I kind of get it.
Uncharted was pretty good.
That's what I was going to say.
Uncharted was pretty good.
I did enjoy Uncharted. I thought Tom Holland did a good job. I personally like Mark Wahlberg, and I mean, he plays Mark Wahlberg in every movie, so I get it. But I think
we got a Transformer.
Hey Tom, wait, I can't do his voice. I can't do his voice. Wreck-It Ralph is a video game movie, kind of.
Well, but it's not based on a video game property. It became a video game afterwards.
It's in that thing of it's in that vein of
Roger Rabbit and Ready Player One,
and the one with the racing cars with Adam Sandler.
Oh, Pixels.
Great. I loved Pixels.
I haven't actually seen that yet. I need to.
You and your kids will love it.
Pixels is a decidedly terrible movie.
Oh,
it is. It is, but it is so good at the same time. It is
I don't know.
Really bad. And it's the humor there. It is not. It never once takes itself serious, but it acts like it does. Joe, it's fun. Pixels was fun. The Uncharted movie did the games dirty. I mean, kind of.
I never played the game, so it didn't bother me.
Yeah, see, there is that thing. The Warcraft movie, I never saw it. It says the Warcraft movie is better.
I did. I could not finish it.
Ooh, I'm gonna throw. I think Kurt, you'll recognize this, but I doubt you've seen the movie. In the Name of the King.
That's the Dungeon Siege movie.
It is a Dungeon Siege movie.
I saw that movie.
Dungeon Siege was a weird game. And I played that game from start to finish, and you're this farmer. But Jason Statham,
I was trying to remember his name.
Yeah. It is a weird movie. And I played Dungeon Siege too. Because I love that. I think it came out when there was no Diablo or no new Diablo. We were waiting. Yeah. We were waiting on something, and then Microsoft said, "Hey, we got this Dungeon Siege thing we're doing," and so I played it. It was pretty good.
I beat it, and I had fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they announced the movie a little while later, I was like, okay, you're gonna make Jason Statham the farmer, which is the only way you're gonna make this work. And it was okay. I just don't remember it being great.
I'm gonna make a prediction.
All right,
that we're going to see a series of movies based on the Sierra point-and-click adventures. King's Quest series, maybe Space Quest, maybe Leisure Suit Larry. I think all of that stuff is ripe for the picking, and I think Leisure Suit Larry could be a hilarious series of movies if they did it right.
And I don't know who they'd get to play Larry, but had we done this 10 years ago, Kurt? Jason Alexander.
Okay. All right. The person
it would have been good.
Yeah, the person I was thinking of is, oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Hold on, I'll have it. Just a minute.
Good daddy.
Will Forte.
Yes,
I think he could do it.
I agree. Honestly, the name of the guy who plays the clown in It, he Saturday Night Live, does a bunch of stuff. I can't think of his name off the top of my head right now. He seems to be able to do no wrong. Like, he can play in dramas, he can play in horror movies, he can play in comedies. He could probably do it as well.
Isn't that the redheaded dude who played the Joker in Gotham?
No. It's Bill something or other from Saturday Night Live.
Are you sure that's not the parody that they did?
No, he's the clown. Look it up. I think somebody look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. I'm gonna read the chat here. So Random Kid says, "What about the Hitman movies?"
I've never seen them.
It did okay. I liked it's either Josh Duhamel or his lookalike. I don't remember which one was in that movie. I thought it was decent. They just didn't give it the treatment it needed. But Random Kid also says Final Fantasy VII Advent Children
doesn't count.
But I agree, it doesn't count. It's more of a sequel, not a movie based off. I also like the Final Fantasy movie that was made on the PlayStation 3 engine. Like the whole movie.
The Spirits Within.
Spirits Within, yeah.
That has nothing to do with any of the games, as far as I know.
It has the spiritual aspect of it. Like, you know, they use a lot of the terms and keep kind of the same themes, but no, it didn't really directly tie in.
Hitman was Timothy Oliphant.
So Timothy Oliphant and Josh Duhamel almost look. I mean, they look so alike that I think it's Timothy Oliphant. They met.
Which one was in John Carter?
No, that's not either one of them.
Because he looks similar to them too. That's Taylor Kish.
Taylor Kish, yeah,
kind of, yeah. Joe,
yeah, Gambit.
But anyway, all right, we're rambling. So, Civilian says they need to do a Metroid movie in the same style of Alien.
They might. I mean, Mario popped off. They're already talking about doing a live action Zelda movie, so they might. And then clearly they'll have to bring it all together into a Smash Brothers movie.
That's Mortal Kombat S to save the universe. Mario must punch Zelda in the face.
And Pennywise was Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, not a Saturday Night Live guy though.
Okay,
he's just a creepy looking guy.
You're right. That is different. What am I thinking?
You're probably thinking Bill Hader, who may have done it. But he probably did it as a Saturday Night Live sketch.
He might have, but because him and Skarsgård resemble each other to a point. Obviously, not like Timothy Oliphant and Josh Duhamel, but there's something. Anyway, Hader did some other stuff. Maybe it wasn't spoofs, but Bill Hader, man. He can do no wrong, it seems like. Now, Random Kid has got a great question, and we love live questions on this show. Please come out on Thursday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and play with us. Random Kid asks, what video games would you like to see made into a movie? So each of you pick one.
Ooh. That is a really good question.
All right, y'all think about it. You're obviously, I got it. I've had this one on deck forever. I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Dead Space. I am not a survival horror game guy. I'm not a horror guy at all, but Dead Space is so freaking well done, well written. The rules make so much sense. You're not a superhero. You're not the action guy. You're not the weird. I love Half-Life. And by the way, you could argue freaking Stephen King's The Mist is the outside of Black Mesa Half-Life movie because it's freaking just like. Anyway, I won't go there. But Dead Space, you're an engineer and you find some guns, but you're not good with them because you're a freaking space engineer. And then you go crazy. And through all three games, you just get crazier and crazier. And it's got this dark spirituality to it. It's got space politics. It is so good. And before they launched the game, they actually made an anime movie to kind of give you a story ahead of the game, which is really good, which doesn't count. I want to see a live action Dead Space movie, and I'll probably regret it all day long because, you know, nothing's ever as good as what you love, right? But I'd watch it.
Okay. So I've got two that I thought of. Okay. I'm thinking, well, I don't know if I trust Disney to pull it off, but Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic would be, it's a good story in my opinion. I think it would go over well if done right.
If done more like The Mandalorian and less like the Skywalker.
Yes. But I don't know if I trust Disney in their current version to pull that off. The other one that I thought of is Fable.
Okay.
I think Fable could make for a good movie.
You know why I hate that game?
I have
It's
no
a
idea.
Final Fantasy games, you don't age. You play
No.
this 60, 80-hour game, and it's like you spent 3 days. And I was just used to that. And my brain, it just broke my brain when I'm playing Fable. And I'm halfway through the game, and it says, I started at 18, and now I'm like 50 years old, and I'm barely halfway through the game. I'm like, what? What? I mean, I don't know why. It's so irrational, but it broke me. I cannot play Fable because you age in the game, and you age so freaking rapidly. It's crazy.
I may or may not have installed a mod on my Fable so that I don't age.
Oh, geez. Okay.
All right, Kurt, what about you?
Well, so real quick before, so the age in Fable is dependent on your level. So it is entirely possible, and I've done it before, where before you even do your first quest, you can max out your level and be an old man, and everyone's calling you a greenie and everything the whole time.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but part of it's like being an old man when I'm playing a game that your character doesn't look that old. And all the JRPGs I played, you're kids. I mean, sometimes you're actually kids. Sometimes you're just teenagers. At most, you're a college kid. And I don't know. I couldn't do it.
So, okay. I've got two, but one of them is kind of conditional. So the one that isn't conditional is, and this is going to sound weird, Yar's Revenge.
All right, what's the condition on it?
So no, there's no condition on that one. I think that given the
isn't that Super Troopers? Not
no,
Super Troopers.
No,
not Super Troopers. Space. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, Yar's. No, I know you're thinking Starship Troopers.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Yar's Revenge, though, it's really you against this alien species type of thing. But I think they could build a world around it. And there was an Atari comic book that came out that actually built some of that world, and there actually was a sequel. But I think you could take something like that and take nearly all the liberties you want, because there's not a deep storyline behind it yet. So you could expand on that and build on that. And frankly, it's the best Atari 2600 game ever made. So
I can agree to that second statement for sure.
So that's the one that's just, I think that would be a cool idea. The conditional one is, I think they ought to do a very seriously done, and by very seriously done, I mean putting in the production value necessary.
Okay.
Pokemon.
You mean like Detective Pikachu?
No.
Like
I'm saying
okay. All right.
The story of a trainer working his way up through the gyms, but in a live action with CGI characters, obviously. Of course.
Yeah, it needs
but
to be that
live
quality.
action, making his way through to the Final Four, and you're not going to get it all done in one movie.
I don't think it needs to be a movie. I think it needs to be a TV show.
Oh, it could be. It absolutely could be. It could be. But I'm talking about, like, you hit the gym leaders are not funny, cartoony guys. They're people that you literally need to beat.
That sounds like a live action version of the Pokemon Generations episodes that came out. I don't know if you ever saw those.
No.
They were released to YouTube on Pokemon's YouTube channel, and I don't know if they still are out there, but they followed the character from the games instead of Ash, because a lot of people are like, oh, Ash is the character, but he's not the character from the games or really the anime, as far as I've heard. So Red, and it is like way more intense, and they're little shorts.
What?
But there's like a scene in it, for instance, where it shows the police raiding a Team Rocket hideout, and they've got their Machamps breaking down doors, and they've got their Growliths going in and attacking Team Rocket, and it was a great little series.
Yeah, maybe I haven't seen it, but I just think that there's more to that world than the cartoony, game that we all know. And look, the TV show is the TV show, but it's very light and fluffy.
You went more gritty,
but not even gritty, just real, just real.
Yeah, and what if it was done in the style of Hunger Games? I don't mean like the over the top violence, but I do mean you're following 3 or 4 or 5 teams, right? And you're kind of wanting to see who to root for. And of course, somebody's going to be the guy like, oh no, I want them to lose. But you kind of pick your favorite, and maybe they win, maybe they don't.
See, I actually think more along the lines of Avatar, where it's kind of you, even though in this case you're Ash or Aang in the in Avatar, but no. So just bear with me on this. But you meet up with Misty and Brock, and you're just figuring a way to make it to the gyms, and you're learning from each other and whatnot. But I just think that there's a story there that could be told well in a live action type scenario and not come across as foolish.
I agree.
Roll that dice.
All right. Now, while he rolls, I'm going to read the chats and sum them up. Joe did mention that when my son was on, he talked about Twisted Metal. That was a really good adaptation, I thought. Mass Effect, Old Man Tup says that I think that'd be a fantastic movie. Civilian on Bases, I don't want a movie, but a TV show about heroes, might, and magic, 100%. Random Kid says the Halo show was meh. And I unfortunately agree. Because I watched about 3 episodes and I just couldn't push through it.
See, and I've read the books, and so I think it was really meh.
Civilian on Base says Knights of the Old Republic would be better than anything Disney has made with Star Wars. And Random Kid says clearly we need a sequel to the Battleships movie, which I thought was so horribly hilarious. I mean, I was podcasting. I was early days podcasting when they announced that they'd licensed all these Hasbro board games for movies. Like, what are they going to do with Battleships and Hungry Hippos? They're still working on Hungry Hippos like 10, 20 years later. But yeah, Battleship was funny. Portal would be a fun movie for sure. And all right, there we go.